Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and you're watching another live video that I'm pumping into this YouTube channel, LockerGnome's Geek Lifestyles. Did it sound like I said geep, didn't it? Geek Lifestyles. I don't know what a geep is. If you know what a geep is, feel free to let me know. This is a live video, a Q&A with you and me. It's a part of a series, an ongoing series. I upload 5 questions and answers, my answers to your questions, every week. 4 of those videos are exclusive to my patrons at chrispirillo.com. 1 of those videos, this video, a week, is public. Did that make sense? I do 5 of them. This one is for everybody. The other 4 are just for patrons. So today's Q, big Q, good question. How do you get noticed? How do you get attention? And this isn't my question to you. This was a question asked of me. And everyone's going to have a completely different response, as I would hope, because everyone's going to have a different way of getting attention. But this was asked by patron Daniel Whitaker. He says, in a swollen and oversaturated market, how can you get noticed online? I'm 18 and have decided to start my own website and YouTube channel, but I struggle to get more than 100 views a week. I want to gain a dedicated fan base, but have not had a lot of money to buy attention. What would you do to stand out and get noticed online? Fantastic question, and trust me, you are not alone, Daniel. Sorry, I had to view the video on the screen. So, I'm doing this video live. I do this pretty much every day. It's part of what I do, thanks in large part to patrons. And I say this because I think it's very, very important to keep in mind as you continue to do the things that you might want to do. Always do your best. This is a part of the video that I did for everybody on Friday on how to do YouTube in general. But you got to do your best. So what do I do to stand out? Well, I do live videos. Why? Well, because they're easier for me. They're not perfect. I realize that not a lot of people want to watch a live video after it's live. So I do my best to do my best every single time. And that includes, producing it in such a way that is manageable for me. And that is through a computer that is just slightly off screen. You can see the glow of that computer screen in my hands right now. See how they're kind of turning blue? So in terms of attention, you may be chasing an odd number. You're concerned because you're struggling to get 100 views. Do those views really matter? Well, I guess they do. I mean, more people are seeing what it is you're doing, but is that why you're doing what you do? Are you doing what you do so that more people will pay attention to you? You may be doing it for the wrong reason. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, I think anybody who's producing video is doing it because they want to share their thoughts with the world. But you got to consider, you started a website, everybody's got a website. You started a YouTube channel, everybody's got a YouTube channel. It's been this way for quite some time. I can tell you, more often than not, I'll look at YouTube channels and go, how is this different from anything else I've seen? Really, that's the answer to the question is, how is this different from anything else I've seen? If I see one tech YouTube channel, I swear I've seen them all. Like, oh, okay, it's another comparison video, okay? Oh, I see. It's you're doing something with the product that I've seen 1,000 times before. Do something different. And that one thing that's different, I don't know what that is. It's different for everybody, right? Part of it is being yourself and doing something that, yeah, anybody might be able to, let's say, cover this water bottle. They're talking about this water bottle. Here's the water bottle, and the water's clear, and the water's awesome, and it's cool, and this is the water. If everybody's talking about the water, why would anybody care to watch you talking about the water? What are you doing different with the water? Well, okay, so we need to talk about this water. How am I going to review this water differently than everybody else out there? Here's what I do. You listen to this, hon? In the other room there, taking tips for your YouTube channel. Here, doing something different. I'm going to review this water while drinking it. Now that I've just wet myself in the desk. And that, my friends, is why I don't keep computers directly underneath me while I'm doing things. Now I just gone and made myself wet. This is great. Was that different? I'm sure it was. Does that mean that it's going to be a hit? I doubt it. But it was different. Who else has reviewed water that way before while actually drinking it? I don't know. Maybe they have. I don't know. I haven't done my research on the water bottle. I'm just saying. Do something that's going to make you stand out. And so much of that, especially in relation to these dumb objects, I mean, objects that anybody can get, you've got to be the smart one. You in terms of content, you in terms of the things that you put out there. Inject your personality into everything you do. Unless, of course, what you're doing has nothing to do with personality. In which case, I don't know if YouTube's really going to be the place for you. I mean, it might be. I mean, that's what you want to do. But people are here on YouTube to watch personality. They want to know what's going to happen next. They value you above everybody else. For one reason or another. I don't have the answer to that question. I don't. Only you do. So that's the takeaway. You got to do something different. I mean, I could talk about a million different things that you could possibly do to get attention, but what calls your attention? Who gets your attention? People who do things that you like and who are different. Don't do something that somebody else has done. And if you do something that somebody else has done, do it differently. There's a chance for you to do it differently. I'm sure there are plenty of videos on YouTube talking about bottled water. And I'm using this as just one example, because it's not just about the content that you're in, this particular piece of content. Imagine this bottled water. Just imagine. Here's my SpongeBob with a rainbow. Use your imagination, folks. It's not just about the bottled water. It's about your personality being infused in the bottled water, and then that coming across in video. What are you doing in that realm? If I watch a video that you've done, and I'm ready to click next within 10 seconds. I've seen it. If I look at a YouTube channel and say, I've seen this before, where there's nothing unique here, nothing's drawing me in. Oh, another comparison? People latch on to other people. Be yourself in everything that you do. Trust me, if you're yourself in everything that you do, you may upset a lot of people out there, but you won't be upset with yourself. How could you be upset with yourself if you are yourself? Okay, so be different. Do something unique. Don't drink water like that on YouTube because it gets you wet. And I'm not, I'm wet. I made myself wet again. Are you past the point of caring? Don't know if you heard that, but it was a very definitive yes. So, the next place I wanted to go with this whole, what do I do to get attention answer. Think about the numbers that mean the most to you. So, eons ago, I realized that there are a lot of people out there, and a fraction of them actually care whether or not I live or die. It's sad but true. I'm very happy to have 20,000 subscribers to this YouTube channel, but I guarantee this video will never get more than 10,000 views. Why? People subscribe to me. They say they want my content, obviously, but they're not going to see it. It's just not going to happen. And I think pursuing the idea of you don't have enough money to get attention, you don't need money to get attention. You could use money to pull up your resources to do things better. For example, part of what I'm doing is trying to build better production around what it is that I do on a regular basis. Sorry, my nose is itching. The idea, honey, are you laying down? Okay. If you get up, I need my nose hair trimmer. Sorry. If you're thinking that you had to buy attention, this is the wrong way to go. I plan on using my financial resources to get better equipment so that I can record not just more video, just higher quality stuff. And part of that is trying to get away from just doing live videos and trying to do more produced videos, or even with the vlogs. I hesitate to say this because I don't want to stick out my neck too far, but I want to do 4K vlogs. I don't think anybody does. I don't think anyone who vlogs as a daily vlog has a 4K vlog, because it's a lot. It's a lot of data to crunch, and I don't even have a Mac that can necessarily even support that kind of video processing at this point, because it's quote unquote expensive in terms of time and resources that I don't have at my disposal. So I would use my resources to build better production. I would never use my resources to necessarily attract more people. The people that I want to attract are the people who organically come to me, or come to me without necessarily me having to convince them to come to me. And it's in the same realm that I look at the amount of subscribers or followers that I might have and realize that not everybody's going to take action or pay attention to everything that I do, even when they come out and say, I want to pay attention to everything you do, or the things that you do. They just don't. I mean, numbers show it over and over and over again. Oh, hey, baby. Thanks. It's horrible here. Thank you, much better. So what you got to realize is that a fraction of people out there, even though they say they want more from you, may never see everything that you do. So you've got to stop paying attention to some of the bigger numbers that seem to be important, but they're not. In the grand scheme of things, what matters more to me? 100,000 people who don't care whether I live or die, or 1,000 people who do? So just a bigger number is not always a better number. And I realize it's, a counterintuitive. You wouldn't imagine that. But trust me, I've seen it bear fruit over and over and over again. I would rather spend my time and attention, dedicating most of my time and attention to the people who are telling me that I matter to them. Absolutely matter to them. That's going to be a smaller number every single time. Every time. Don't chase the bigger numbers. Chase the smaller numbers. Concentrate. Double down on the people who care about you. Then it doesn't matter. It ultimately doesn't matter. Or I'll put it to you another way. You're struggling to get 100 views. Let me ask you this question. Would you rather have 1,000 views or 100 people who actually care whether or not you live or die? Only you know the answer to the question. I don't have the answer. Because it's going to be a different answer for everybody. I'm not judging. Some people are looking for different things. But I can tell you that there's a lot of things to pay attention to. Your number one enemy out there, someone who puts yourself out there, is attention. Because we only have so much attention in our day. See, here's the thing. The most valuable thing anybody has is time. And what they do with that time is very important. So it may be the same pie, but your slice of that pie is going to become infinitesimally smaller. As time goes on, your slice gets smaller. It's the way it goes because more people are doing more things. And as more people do more things, it makes it more difficult for you. Right now, you say that you're struggling to get 100 views. In a year's time, you're probably going to be struggling to get 50 views. It's the nature of the beast. So what are you going to do in any way, shape, or form to double down on what is working for you, and most importantly, what's working for the people who care about you most? And that absolutely will be a smaller number, but I guarantee you will be 10 times happier when you've connected with people out there who do value the things that you do. And it may start with 1 or 10 out of that 100 views. Start there. Build from there. It's where you got to go. I'm just telling you, to get what you seek, getting noticed, it's not just about getting noticed in the grand scheme. It's about mattering and being relevant to the people who don't just notice you, but who care whether or not you live or die. And that will absolutely always be a smaller number. It's just the law of averages, and you got to obey the law. I've learned this. So good luck. I'm happy to provide further assistance. I only have so much time in my day, but I do appreciate your support, and I realize it's not a definitive response, but I think it's pretty clear, and that's really anybody who's going to give this advice should be giving the same type of advice. What's going to make you stand out? Be different. Do as good as you possibly can do. Do as well as you possibly can do. And remember that your time is just as important. So that's what I would do to get noticed. I'd be different. I generally do that pretty well. Don't do things that matter to you. That's another tip I should put. Sorry, let me go back. I'm not done. Don't just do things that matter to you. Do things that matter to other people. That'll get their attention. Did you hear me? You can do things, but do it for them. Don't do it for you. I mean, yes, I'm doing this for me because this is a part of, I guess, my career. Is I enjoy talking to people and helping people. It's what I do. But I help people. It's part of what I do, right? So it is always, anything I might do is usually for other people. It's where it begins. I think about the person on the other side. That's it. Think about them. You'd be surprised. It's where a lot of crowdfunding campaigns fail, I think. Honestly. It ain't about me. As much as I'm sitting here on this side of the camera, ain't about me. I mean, if it was about me, I'd be doing this and talking to the camera without anybody watching or listening. I'd just be talking to myself if it were for me. But it's not for me. I'm doing this for you. Okay, let me make sure. Hopefully everything was coming across okay. I've been having issues with audio live lately. Logan Mathis says, I agree 100%, Chris, but how do they see your video? Takes time, man. Do something that they're going to find. Or, sometimes you have to connect through communities and large groups of people or shared interests and grow from there. Do something different. And trust me, if you do something different that's valuable enough, people will, hey, did you see this? Oh, did you see that? Oh, did you do this? Oh, did you go here? Oh, check this out. This guy's doing awesome. Blah, 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 blah. It's attention. Attention builds upon attention, builds upon attention, builds upon attention. You can't just do something and expect the world is going to beat a path to your door. It will never happen. Daniel Whitaker. Wait. Was Daniel Whitaker the person who asked this question? I know it's a Daniel. Yeah, Daniel Whitaker. Okay, this is hilarious. Daniel says, think different. This is further proof that Chris is an Apple fanboy. Please excuse the British sarcasm. Oh, Daniel, I know you're playing with me. I know you're playing with me, man. I know you better be playing with me. There, I'm playing with you in return. So, I think it's about all I can possibly cover in this video. In this particular question, that is. And wow, I kind of went on for a little longer than I was expecting. But that's okay. I don't think anybody minded because you're watching this deeply into the video. Thanks again for tuning in. Thanks for participating. And I think everybody's going to have even more questions that spring from this that I'll be able to address in other videos. That's what I would do to get noticed. What would you do?